We're going to do the first item on the orders of the day, which is the second reading of the Payroll Amendment Number 2, Act 2024. It's in the name of the Minister of Finance, and I think it's going to be led by Minister Furbert. Minister Furbert?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With the governor's recommendation, I move that the bill entitled the Payroll Tax Amendment Number 2 Act 2024 be now read the second time.
Any objections? There are none. Continue.
Mr. Speaker, the bill presented today before this honorable House is the Payroll Tax Amendment Number 2 Act 2024. And the purpose of the bill is to further harmonize and modernize the public service vehicle industry. Mr. Speaker, it is very important that we embrace efficiency in government tax collection. In our relentless pursuit of excellence, we must never underestimate the transformative power of efficiency. Especially in the realm of government tax collection, streamlining processes can yield profound benefits for both administrators and taxpayers alike. When we simplify and modernize our tax system, we create an environment that fosters transparency and fairness. By reducing complexity and eliminating unnecessary obstacles, we make it easier for individuals and businesses to comply with tax regulations, ultimately enhancing voluntary compliance. The introduction of clear tier structures and fixed tax rates is a shining example of how thoughtful reforms can lead to significant improvements. These measures not only reduce the administrative burden on taxpayers, but also allow our government to allocate resources more effectively, ensuring that public services are well-funded and robust. Mr. Speaker, this is what this bill does. The bill introduced a new payroll tax system specifically for minibus owners. This revised system will feature a fixed payroll tax structure organized into 3 tiers based on the seating capacity of the minibus. Under this new framework, owners will no longer be required to engage in complex calculations or reconciliations to determine the payroll tax liability. Also, to streamline processes for the owners, the payment of the tax can be more simultaneously during minibus licensing period. The new tax system is structured as follows. Tier 1, minibuses with a seating capacity of up to 15 passengers will incur an annual payroll tax of $750. Tier 2, minibuses with seating capacity between 16 and 24 passengers will incur an annual payroll tax of $1,000. Tier 3, minibuses with a seating capacity of more than 24 passengers will incur an annual payroll tax of $1,500. Mr. Speaker, here's where the rubber meets the road. By doing this, Mr. Speaker, let me just say right now, the annual tax that we collect right now on minibuses is roughly $35,000 a year. By doing this, Mr. Speaker, the government will collect approximately $221,500. 600% increase. I emphasize. We currently collect about $35,000 in payroll tax. And the reason why, some do not pay their payroll tax. Some underestimate the payroll tax. So we estimate that roughly we will collect in $35,000. By doing this, Mr. Speaker, we'll collect $221,000 approximately dollars, a 600% plus increase annually. Mr. Speaker, the introduction of this simplified payroll tax system represents a step forward in improving the efficiency of the tax process within the public service vehicle sector by establishing a clear tiered structure based on seating capacity. The system removes the need for calculations, thereby facilitating easier compliance with tax regulations for minibus owners. This change not only brings tangible benefits to the operators by simplifying their tax obligation, but also enhances the overall transparency within the industry. The tiered approach ensures that the tax requirement is equitably distributed in line with the size of the vehicle, contributing to a more streamlined and efficient public service vehicle sector. This move will undoubtedly create greater compliance, provide clarity for owners, while we continue to facilitate a more orderly and transparent operating environment across the industry. Mr. Speaker, since we will be charging minibus payroll tax based on seats, it was felt that we also need to consider looking at taxi drivers. We're all aware that the average, well, not average, but taxi drivers is roughly 6 seats. So if we're charging $750 for a 15-seater, the government felt that we should only charge $600 for a taxi. Under the previous One Bermuda Alliance administration, taxi owners faced an average annual payroll tax of $3,000 in 2017. In 2019, the Progressive Labour Party took decisive action, reducing this tax burden to $1,000 per year. Now we are taking it a step further by reducing the payroll tax for taxi drivers from $1,000 to $600, representing an additional $400 reduction. Mr. Speaker, this means that since 2017, the payroll tax that the taxi drivers will have to pay is 80% less than 2017, going from $3,000 annually to roughly $600 a year. Mr. Speaker, this reduction is designed to ease the financial burden on taxi operators and help create a more balanced and equitable structure within the industry. This comprehensive approach not only improves the operational efficiency of the sector, but also generates a more inclusive and supportive environment for all operators. Ultimately, it contributes to the overall enhancement of the public service vehicle industry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.